that you were supposed to like go partner up with his network, and he dissed your ass, and then you were scared to go over there.
What? It seems like a creative account of what happened.
Academic said. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't actually watch that clip, so I don't know what Academic said.
He said you were supposed to go over there, Joe dissed your ass, and you got uncomfortable. Why would you get uncomfortable if you going over there up under your thing? What that got to do with Joe?
I'm not sure if you're misquoting what Ack said or anything.
No, I'm not misquoting. You misquoted him last week.
About a year.
And I had to press play.
Year and a half ago, I went to Joe's podcast and did his podcast. And then I think that he had a little bit of a grudge against me after the fact because of the fact that I was sort of flaunting what I perceived as a W in our debate. He also may have been annoyed by the fact that I had Rory and Mal, his top ops, on the podcast soon after, I believe.
Joe don't give a damn about that.
Yeah, I would assume they probably wouldn't care about that either. But yeah, people always ask me, like, do you think that you'll ever get along with Joe again? And I'm like, I don't really know how it would happen because I can't really imagine anyone in either of our lives going out of their way to try to patch that up.
Wack100.
Oh, you are that guy. Huh?
With debate
what
number 2.
What am I talking about? What am I talking about?
We need the second debate.
Me, you, and Joe would be a moment.
We need the second debate.
Why not throw 6ix9ine and Hassan Campbell in there too?
What that got to do with Joe?
But it would be like the Rat That We Jackin' episode. That's like the best podcasting you've ever done was that Act 6ix9ine Hassan Campbell like episode.
You're trying to throw a bunch of things in there to avoid the direct interaction.
What am I
with
avoiding?
Mr. Joe Budden?
What am I avoiding with Joe Budden?
I don't know. You running from something. Why you didn't sign the deal over there?
What deal?
The deal that you had on the table.
The only deal that he and I ever had on the table, and I wouldn't say it was really on the table, but was back in 2018, he, for a moment in time, suggested that he was interested in me being one of the co-hosts on State of the Culture, which was the show that he did on Revolt with, what's his name? Jinx, Scotty Beam, and Remy Ma was the cast. It didn't last a year from what I recall. They maybe did 20, 30 episodes, something like that. I don't think it would have worked with me on that shit. I told him, I'm like, I live in California. I can't do this.
Yeah, you'd have been a wild card, though.
Yeah, I would have been the one getting bullied the whole time. But can you imagine me moving to New York to do a show that didn't even turn into anything and like abandoning No Jumper? That would have been a bad career move.
No, yeah, it'd been a bad move. Bad move, man.
But I was thinking, like, am I going to fly back and forth every week? This is insane. Like, am I even considering doing this?
No, I wouldn't have done that. I mean, they had been paying me some real money.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that.
That's a light, slow trip.
You know what I just got done doing? Scouring the history of No Jumper's interviews, trying to find different examples of me saying the N-word. I can only find one. Because, okay, I'm writing this history of No Jumper. It's about the first 4.5 years. It's basically the middle of 2015 up until the very beginning of 2020. And it's just the history of that whole period of No Jumper that a lot of people don't really remember that well.
You know what your problem is?
Here we go. What?
This is real shit. You like the little kid that never got his ass whooped.
I have gotten my ass whooped.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, a couple times.
So you might have got beat up. You ain't got your ass whooped.
That's probably fair. Yeah, I haven't really got whooped.
A good day and a half, you can't really get out of bed.
Oh, no, I never.
You look at the mirror and you're like, oh, shit.
I got jumped one time and I had a black eye. That was probably...
No, that's like regular.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Because you playing with things like the N-word.
This clip is
you trying to get canceled?
It's from 2016.
Are you trying to get canceled?
It's made the rounds on social media plenty of times.
So you're trying to like...
The reason why I was looking for examples of me saying it is because in this video that I'm writing about the first 4.5 years of No Jumper, there's multiple different white people that I acknowledge said the N-word at various different points in the podcast history. So it's like I have to acknowledge that I said it too, even though the time that I found... Is that
like a trophy for you guys? They say, ooh, I said the N-word and I got away with it.
To tell the tale.
So you doing like an N-word gold, N-word silver, N-word bronze?
I just wanted to acknowledge that, yes, I'm acknowledging that these white people said it, but here's an example where I said it. Now, for the record,
you said it too.
I said it.
You're proud of that shit.
I was quoting a Future lyric.
No, but you knew
it didn't really seem that bad to me at the time.
But you knew the lyric.
Well, yeah, I listened to the song enough times that I knew the lyric, yeah.
But you did it on purpose, on camera.
In front of a bunch of black guys, yeah. Actually, no. A couple of Cubans, Hispanics, I don't know.
You're trying to get canceled. It's bad timing.
This has been out there for so long that the odds of me getting canceled for saying the N-word
listen, man.
8 years ago when quoting a Future song seemed pretty low.
Bill Cosby fucked some women 40 years ago. Okay?
Did he fuck them or did he drug and rape them?
He fucked them.
Once he drugged
Ain't
and
no
raped
drugged and rape shit.
them. Okay,
Back
drugged
in those
them and then he had
days,
sex with